Hello students, today I am back with the poem Elegy written in a country churchyard. In the previous lecture, I explained the first 8 lines of the poem. Today I'll continue the poem, so let's start from the third stanza. Save that from yonder ivy mantled tower, the moping owl does to the moon complain of such as, wandering near her secret bower, molest her ancient solitary reign. In these lines, the poet describes the peaceful or silent landscape that surrounds him, and the peace of the atmosphere is broken by the sound of the owl. So, save it from yonder ivy mantled tower. In this line, the poet tells about the complaint which is made by an owl to the moon. Save it from yonder ivy mantled tower. Yonder, at a distance. Tower. Ivy mantle. Ivy is a name of creeper, which is an evergreen creeper. Tower. The moping means silent, dull, lazy. Owl does to the moon complain of such such people as who wandering near the secret bower. Wandering means coming and going, passing up the place of the owl, where the owl sits, the place where the owl sits. Molest her ancient means old, solitary, lonely, reign, where she reigns, where an owl remains, lives alone. Okay, so the poet says that the peace of the atmosphere is broken by the sound or the hooting of the owl, and the owl is sitting at a distance on the tower. The owl is sitting on the tower, which is covered by an evergreen creeper. Ivy creeper generally covers old buildings and towers. So this tower on which the owl is sitting is also covered with ivy creeper. The creeper is prevailed on the tower. Okay, so the owl is sitting and she is hooting. The moping owl does to the moon complains of such as wandering near the secret bower. The owl complains against the people. The owl complains to the moon because the owl is sitting under the moonlight. Okay, so the owl complains to the moon about the people who are coming and going. Okay, who are coming and going, who are passing up the place where the owl is sitting. The owl is sitting and the people are coming and going, so she is getting disturbed by their presence. She is disturbed by their presence because the owl likes to be in a silent place, in a solitary state. When she is disturbed by the people who are coming and going, then she begins to complain to the moon about those people who are coming and going. Molest her ancient solitary reign. Molest. She is disturbed or interrupted by the presence of the people. Okay, she is sitting in an old place. Okay, she wants to reign, she wants to be in a solitary state, but she is disturbed, she is getting disturbed. So she begins to complain to the moon because she has right to live in a solitary place since the old times. The owl likes to reign alone and silent in her place. So when she is interrupted or disturbed, she begins to complain to the moon. So the poet wants to say that when she complains to the moon, the silence of the atmosphere is broken by the hooting of the owl. Okay, she wants to be alone, but she is not able to enjoy her loneliness. People are disturbing her, and so she complains to the moon, and she wants to be in a state of solitariness. Okay, now next lines. Beneath those rushed elms that you trees shed, where heaves the turf in many a moulding heap, each in his narrow sail forever laid, the rude forefathers of the hamlet sleep. In these lines, the poet is talking about the people, the villagers, the graves of the villagers, the graves of the villagers. The people are lying in their graves. So, beneath those rushed elms, beneath, under those rushed elms means tree. This is the name of a tree, and the tree is house tree. The tree is rushed means twisted, twisted, old tree. That yew tree sheds under the twisted and huge tree, the graves of the people, of the villagers are lying. The villagers after their death are lying under their graves, and under these and the tree of elms were heaves of the turf in many a mouldering heap, and their graves are nothing more than a soil. Okay, they are the heap of soil, of earth. They are in their graves are in a miserable condition, each in his narrow cell forever laid. Villagers, each and every villager, the grave of each and every villagers are made here, and the dead body of each villager is lying in the graves. They are dead, and they are lying permanently in their graves. The rude forefathers of the hamlet sleep. Okay, the poet says that hamlet means villagers. The rude forefathers means the rustic, the people, simple men, the simple ancestors of the villagers are lying in the grave, and in these graves are sleeping forever in these graves. The poet makes an obvious distinction between the rich and the poor people. Rich people are buried inside the church, and the common and poor people, villagers, are buried outside the church. Their graves are made outside the church. Those the poet wants to say that their graves are the graves of the common people, of the people, of the poor villagers are made outside the church, and these graves are covered with the creepers, okay. When in every season, whether it is summer, winter or rain, their graves face these situations, okay. And the poor ancestors of the villagers are lying under the graves, and these graves are covered with the pale and dry grass. In every situation, they are lying the same. Okay, so the poet here makes a clear distinction between the rich and the poor.